it's Terry and
Emmy.
And we're here at D-Lab, and I'm going to teach Emmy some of the basics of electronics. Now, one of the hobbies that her and I enjoy together is metal detecting. So I thought this would be a great way for me to teach her a little bit about metal detectors and how to troubleshoot them. You up to the task?
Hopefully.
All right, here we go. All right, Emmy, I'm going to give you the lowdown. Okay, this is a vintage White's Coin Master 6000 DI detector. Okay, it came into the shop with a complaint that it was intermittent, so it would power up, but it wouldn't stay powered up. It would fluctuate. So the guy sent it here and wants us to troubleshoot it, and I thought this would be a great thing for you to learn on. All right, so you've looked over the controls, right?
Right.
Yep, and obviously you found the power switch.
Yep.
So what do you think you need to do? Okay. I'm doing the little grandpa tap test, huh? It looks like it powered up though, and he said it was intermittent, that it wouldn't power. Oh! You see what you just did? Alright, so it looks like you got it. Look, it's acting up again. And see that needle? See how it's swinging around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let me show you another trick. Sometimes when they do that, if you grab these and just kind of squeeze them. Okay. There's definitely something varying around this metal detector, don't you think?
Yep.
Alright, so go ahead and flip it off. So let's say you had a flashlight. You turned on the flashlight and you noticed that the bulb was flickering. What would be the first thing that you would check?
The battery.
Battery. Good. All right.
So we should check the battery for this first.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. So right here, you see these two triggers? You put your fingers here and you pull those towards you. Yep. Do the other side. Oh, yep. Go ahead and do the other side. Keep wanting to get right in front of me, don't you? Yep. Now fold the door down. There you go. That's the battery pack.
Okay.
So pull that out. It'll slide out. Alright, Em, so you got the battery pack out.
This looks horrible.
Yeah. Do you know what kind of batteries are in that battery pack?
No.
Oh, well there's C cells and there's 4 of them. Okay. Now inspect the battery pack and tell me what else you see.
Oh. Well, I see these metal things, but they look all scratched up.
Okay. So.
And apparently, I think that's where they go. If
Yep.
I slide it in, I think that's where they go.
Okay. So probably the first thing we should do is I'm going to show you how to use a DC meter, and you can check the voltage that's here. Okay, and we'll make sure that it has voltage, right? Because these make contact with those contacts in there. So
And it must be the scratches that's making it.
it very well could be. It could be getting a bad connection there, or the batteries themselves may have bad connections in the battery pack, right? So let's check that
Maybe
out.
the actual batteries have.
Batteries could be bad too.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how to figure that out, all right? Okay.
Right.
All right, Emmy, I've set you up with my WaveTech meter. We're on DC volts, 20 volt scale, okay? There's 4 batteries in this battery pack. We said they're C cells, right?
Right.
And they're 1.5 volts per cell. So what would you expect to see on that meter?
4 times 2.5.
1.5.
I knew it was 1.
It's okay. What would you get?
6.
Excellent. Okay, so now those scratched up terminals that you saw, put the meter across those and let's see what we get. Okay, 5.45. So it is a little bit low. Now keep your meter on there, and I'm going to do this. Just keep it on there. See that? Did you see the meter drop?
Yep.
See it again? All right. So what do you think the problem is?
Battery.
Battery, possibly the connections to the batteries, right?
Right.
So as you observed, this thing is like super grubby, right? So
Right.
what would you think the contacts inside of that battery pack might look like? Right. All right, now here is their battery pack from my White's 5900. It's the same style battery pack, okay?
Oh my
So
God.
mine is obviously clean. It's not scratched up. Measure that one.
Wait, hang on.
It's okay. See there?
Is it-
6.36. Now keep it there. See how stable that is?
Oh, that was
That's
me
probably your
moving.
meter. It's okay. But see how stable that is? Now let's take that battery pack, put it in the metal detector,
See if it
and
works.
see if it works. Exactly. Now make sure that you put those terminals facing up. Those square terminals have to face up because they mate with those little prongs in there. Okay? Yep, close the door. Excellent. I'm going to come around the other side. Hold on. So now I want you to do the same thing that we did before. Just go ahead and turn on the battery check and tap on the detector. You can be aggressive, it won't hurt it. You can really tap on her. So it appears to be pretty stable, okay? But one thing I noticed is it did cut out a little bit. So maybe, yeah, see there? We probably got a little bit of dirt in some of these controls. So
Yeah.
that'll be another thing that I'm going to show you is how to clean the controls. But
Okay.
let's open up that battery pack and take a look at those contacts, okay? So like I said, it's kind of tricky to open these, and you got to be really careful because you can break these plastic tabs. So you got to just kind of push these tabs in and lift it at the same time, and they'll pop out. All right, so take a look at these contacts. See, they're kind of dirty and corroded. You can see some little witness marks there where the battery is touching it, right? So here's the batteries. We'll get them out. Just keep on rolling here. If you look inside, it's not the prettiest in there either. I can see a little bit of corrosion on those springs. You can see some rust right there. See it? Oh, yeah, you can see my fingers. Anyway, you get the point. So you definitely figured it out, Emmy. It was some bad contacts on the battery connectors.
Yep.
Okay? So do you understand why that would cause a problem?
Yes, because if it has a bad connectors, it might affect like the sounds or what happens.
Yeah.
Because the battery you need it to power
Exactly.
to
So-
power up the whole thing. If you take out the batteries, it won't work.
Right. And this is the most common failure on these metal detectors. When people when people contact me and they say my metal detector is intermittent, this is the first thing that I tell them to look at. And you know what you do if you have these dirty contacts like this does? You change the battery pack. You do not attempt to clean it. These things are like $15. You just put in a new pack and your problems go away. Alright, Emmy, so we fixed the main problem with the detector. Now what I routinely do before returning these to people is we clean the switches and the pots so that the operation is nice and smooth, and then we'll give it a test run in the backyard with a coin. Make sure it's picking up things alright, okay?
Alright.
Alright, so at this point, Emmy, we're going to open this thing up and we're going to clean these switches and the pots. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's pretty easy. So we got to get all these screws out. So this is just an aluminum box.
You always need care.
There's like, I don't know, 8-10 screws. It'll come
That's
apart.
a lot.
Come apart pretty easy. We'll give it a little inspection when we get inside.
Are those easy to take out?
Yeah. Especially with this drill, it kind of makes it. No, it's not ready yet. Hold on. All right, all the screws are out. I'm going to do this part because this is kind of tricky. Okay. You kind of lift this top. You have to be careful because there's a circuit board in here. Okay. There's a little connector here. So there it is. Now you see those
This
right there?
reminds me of scrapping, kind of. Like those wires.
Yeah.
Like when I scrap those
Yep.
wires.
So here's the circuit boards. Okay. And you see those two prongs. You know what those are?
No.
Look where they use.
prongs.
Yeah, you see where they use.
Oh yeah, they were in there to connect the battery pack.
Exactly. Okay, so now you can see how they constructed it. It was actually a brilliant way to put it together. So for maintenance, you could lift it right out. There's no wires that go to the main, housing. It was a great idea. So what we're going to do, there's a pot right there. There's some switches right here. Okay? So we're going to clean those. Careful where you're walking. And then we're going to put this under the magnifying glass light. Make sure there's no bad solder connections. Right? And once we're satisfied, we'll put it back together, put in some fresh batteries, give her a check out, okay?
Alright.
Alright.
Wait,
Yeah.
it's a her?
What?
It's a her? I thought it was a he.
Is it pink or is it blue?
It's blue.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's a he.
Did I say
Not a her.
Did I say she?
Yeah,
I
you
did?
said it's a. Then we'll fix her up. Yeah, it's a he.
Wow.
It's blue with a he, Grandpa.
Okay. I got it.
Good.
Good. Okay.
But it's also red. That's a girl color.
And this is what usually happens with our conversations, bird brain. All right. So let's set this up like this, and I'm going to show you how to clean the contacts, okay? All right, Emmy, so what we're going to use, this is called Deoxit D5. I use this on switches, okay? So that right there, that is actually a switch. It's a rotary switch.
My mind
So
has been blown.
turn that knob and watch this piece of plastic here as you do it. See it moving up and down? That's a switch. Okay?
This is
All right,
also
so turn it all the way clockwise like you just did. Now I'm going to spray this in here so that it goes on the contacts and it's going to flow down through the switch. And as I do that, I want you to rotate that switch. Okay?
Ready?
Go ahead. Rotate it.
Oh, it did.
Well, I mean, you got to let it happen. Okay? Like this.
Okay, I got it.
Got it? And that's going to clean those contacts. So this is a cleaner and a lubricant for those switch contacts. Okay? So that's good. Now,
It's everywhere.
down here, this is a potentiometer. And if you look at the top, you see that slot? Yeah, people can see that through your head. Okay? So you see that slot right there? Okay? That slot goes in to what's called a little wiper arm, and there's a piece of carbon in there. So there's like a ring of carbon, and this little arm slides on it. Okay?
This stuff stinks.
Yeah, it does. So on that, we're going to use WD-40, believe it or not. Okay? I've used this for years. A lot of people don't think that it's the proper cleaner, but it works wonders on old, dried up pots. Okay, so same deal. I'm going to spray it in there. Watch. Just a little bit. Yep, turn the pot. Do you feel the pot getting easier to turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because this oil will get up into the shaft of that pot and lubricate it as well as clean the pot. Okay, now here's another one up here.
Oh my gosh, it's so loose.
Now feel that one. It's kind of rough, isn't it? Now watch. Go ahead.
Oh, what the heck? That's so loose now.
Yeah, so it works wonders. All right, let's do the other side. So this time, Emmy, you can operate the WD-40. I'll turn the pot. Go ahead and hit it. Don't be afraid of it.
I know I'm not.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm going to guide this. Hit it. Good. Stop. Now I'm going to turn the pot.
That's too much.
Yeah, it's okay. So when you get a little bit too much, I just grab a Q-tip and you just mop it up.
Mop up.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty easy for me.
All right, let's do the pot down here. Don't stand in front of the camera now. All right, down there. Same deal. Can you get this one or do you need me to guide it?
I got it. I think.
Okay. Yep, you got it. I feel it. Okay. Now, nope, not the switch. Now you go to the deoxit. Same deal.
Is this
Now-
one easier to spray?
Yeah, now I want to show you something. You want it on the contacts. So the contacts are here. They're on this side. Okay? Now this has two sets. There's some up here and some down here. Okay, so let's do the ones up here first. Hit it. Yep, hit it. Okay, hit this one. Good.
Oh, I see it.
Yep. All right. So that should clean all the switches and contacts in the unit, right? Next thing, let's take a look under the magnifying glass and make sure the boards look good. All right, so what we're going to do here, Emmy, is you're going to look at these solder connections and just verify that none of them are cracked or corroded, okay? If they are, we'll repair it. So just take.
What does cracked and corroded mean?
Oh, well, sometimes where these parts come through and they're soldered, those are little pins of the parts coming through, okay? So when things vibrate, you can get a crack around a lead where it's soldered to the foils.
So like, kind of like, can you find one that has a crack, please?
Yeah, I'll try to find one. But that's a good question. Very good question. All right, so you know, I've kind of got a trained eye looking at this stuff. I've looked at it for so long, but now you're kind of getting the idea, right? Because you did just spot a lead there that's not soldered, okay?
And there.
Yep. Now, here's the reason those aren't soldered. This might not mean a lot to you, but there's no foil going to that pin. So see these foils? Those are like wires, okay, that connect parts together. So if you see a pin like that that has no solder on it, but there's no foil going to it, there's no problem because it's not doing anything. It's just sitting there, okay? So the things that fail the quickest are like where pots are soldered to the board and switches, because that's where the vibration and the movement is, okay? So right there's a pot, right? There's a pot. So you want to look at those very closely. Now you're young, so you don't need this magnifying glass probably.
What is the difference between all the pots? They don't look different at all.
Well, physically they don't look different, but electronically they have different values, and I'll show you that later on as we get more into this electronic stuff. This is more of the basics, how to find an intermittent connection, how to clean pots, okay? That's what we're up to here. All right, so I'm going to take a quick peek. I don't expect that there's any issues. It really looks good. The outside of this thing's dirty, but the inside looks great. So you know what? We're going to put it back together and we're going to test it. All right? All right, buddy. So initial test. It's kind of cold and windy out here in Michigan, huh? All right, so I'm going to throw down your target. We got a quarter. You got the thing on, right? Everything looks good. Okay. There it is. Hit it. Okay, pick it up. What's it say on the meter?
It says quarter or a half.
Okay, well, you know it's not a half. Now hit the button and see if the pinpoint operation works. Yep, hold the button down and see what the needle's doing.
Oh.
See how it shows you the depth? Okay, so it's working. Sorry that thing's heavy, huh?
No, it's not too heavy. It just keeps...
It's 30 years old. It's a boat anchor, like Grandpa likes. Okay? Want to try another target?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. All right, Em. New target. This time a dime. Okay?
All right.
Try it out. Okay, pick the detector up. What's it say?
It says it's close to a penny or a dime.
Okay. Now, if we were to resweep that, because you did it again. Here, let me have a hand on it there. All right, now sweep it again. Now look.
Oh, it's on.
It's because you kept it on there too long. Now do the pinpoint. So hit the button. All right. Good. So I'd say it's stable. I believe it's fixed. So what's the last thing that we should do for this poor old metal detector?
I don't know.
How about clean it?
Clean it. Good idea.
All right, Emmy, so what'd you think of your first electronics repair session?
I kind of liked it.
Yeah? Okay. So what do you think of metal detectors now?
I think there's a lot going on inside that box to help find a coin.
Yeah. So the next time that you and I are out, like in the woods or on the beach finding coins, you can appreciate what that thing's doing a little bit more, huh?
Yep.
Cool. So we'll do some more in the future. We'll figure out what that is, but I'm trying to spread the hobby and get you interested, buddy. Sound good?
Sound good.
All right.